Hey guys, this is LaPierre coming to you with a beginner drum lesson on beginner drum beats, but how to start adding in the crash and the ride. Okay, playing drums at the beginning, just going to be counting to 4 over and over and over and over again. We line up certain drums on certain numbers. Okay, so let's take the beat where on count number 1, we hit the bass drum and hi-hat at the same time. Okay, on number 2, hi-hat by itself. Number 3, snare and hi-hat at the same time. And then number 4, hi-hat by itself again. Okay, so that's our beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that sounds like this over and over and over again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. So when we play this, we're going to start substituting the hi-hat with the right hand with the crash cymbal. So the beat stays the same. All we do is take our right hand, move it from the hi-hat up to the crash. Okay, and that's going to happen on count number 1. So instead of bass drum and hi-hat on number 1 together, I'm going to move my right hand up to the crash and hit the crash in the bass drum at the same time. Okay, so that's just happening on our number 1. Number 2, we're going to bring our right hand back to the hi-hat to let that hit by itself. Okay, number 2. So that's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the rest of the beat stays the same. All we're doing is, instead of hitting the hi-hat on count number 1, move it up to the crash. Show you that again. Okay, now hitting the crash, you don't want to do it all the time. You want to save it for nice key points of the song. So what I'm going to do is play the beat once, starting with the crash on count number 1. And then I'm going to play the whole beat 3 more times, staying all on the hi-hat. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so when I started the whole beat, just the first bar, just the first counting to 4, we hit the crash cymbal on 1. And then all the other beats, we went back to the hi-hat. So I'm going to play the beat once, starting with the crash on count number 1 with the bass drum, and then play the beat 3 times. And then I'm going to loop that whole thing over and over and over again. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, move up to the crash. 1. So every 4 bars, I just started that off with the crash cymbal up there. Beat stays the same. You're just moving your right hand up to the crash cymbal on that count number 1. Now the ride. Think of the ride as doing the same job as the hi-hat. Your right hand moves over, and he's just hitting all the numbers on there. So we'll just substitute the ride with the hi-hat. So if we play that beat again, on count number 1, we're going to hit the ride and the bass drum at the same time. Okay, number 2, ride by itself. Number 3, snare and ride. Number 4, ride again. Okay, exact same beat, just instead of over here, we're over here. Let's see what that sounds like. Okay? Then we do the same thing with the crash. On count number 1, instead of hitting the ride, I just bring it over to the crash, and then immediately bring it back over to the ride for that number 2 hit. Sound like this. Then again, you don't want to be hitting the crash that often. So I'm going to start it off with the crash, play 4 bars of the beat, and then go back on the crash again. Here we go. Cool. There you have it. How to start using the crash to start off your beats, and how we can use the ride instead of the hi-hat. There you go, guys. See you next time.